A lovely good morning and welcome to Busile Good Morning Breakfast Show on Bulozi TV. Remember, we are broadcasting to you live from Mongo in Western Province. We are found on TopStar Channel 120, that is in Mungu, Lemulonga, Kalabo, some parts of Senanga. We're also in Lusaka, Chilanga, Rufonsa and Chongwe and other surrounding areas. You can also catch us on Facebook, that is Bulozi TV, and also on YouTube. Our channel is YouTube, also it is Bulozi TV, as well as you can sample some of our videos on TikTok. So those are social handles: Bulozi, Facebook, Bulozi TV, YouTube channel, Bulozi TV, as well as TikTok. It's also Bulozi TV. Wherever you are catching us, loud and crystal clear, will come like every single day. Busile Good Morning Breakfast Show comes to your screens right from Monday through to Saturday, and today it's yet another day. Today is Saturday, and we hope that you're having a good weekend, as weekend has started. Today is Saturday, so we know that to some are going to church, some are going to see their loved ones, and so many things on the timetable, on the menu. So just wishing you a beautiful weekend. Otherwise, kiwi tumelo ko mulubuhela ka felami na myamwela happy mwaliza ka cheno kwa tukso ya Busile kikakusasani. Busile kakusasani mkoshoko wakakusasani alwala kolirwa chahamoho like kola makande ashitara makande aya hisa makande zibisa mane nikuluta sinakamita mukubelanga kina Nathan akufuna wa mundira minasepa mkonele kuba nibusiho bunde mi amunyungi abasalo bezikoli Busile bazuhe bakone ko iponera zezahala mwa lifase lana Zambia so zakuli kizengata zezala in terms of politics. Campaigns are still ongoing, but wasa itekisa basaiza wipapato wasa basabulela ma ideas kapamilelo mihupule banani ya koli bakone kumi ezeza actually ki witumero kuzokoli nimina mkolele kufumana kolo ya kuba ndirona misina kamita mkona kukopala nilona kakulize za fa nombolo ya 0773-738114. That is 0773-738114. Nombolo eswana inzifa WhatsApp, meaning makona kuluma voice note fa WhatsApp kapa kuliza direct kapa kuluma kangusa kama kutala kaufe musakona choro nipo siyama ikutwa mina fa likepera na la Facebook lona la Bulozi TV. Let me just quickly go straight to the topic of today. Like every other single day, we bring to you a topic or a theme that we look at, and today we are looking at a very interesting topic, hoping that you will take part. This is as you all know that quite often society says men shouldn't cry. Men shouldn't cry. That's what society says. You, the society, you have said that men shouldn't cry or show emotion when faced with life challenges. Now, does this do more harm than good to the men? What is your opinion? What do you have to say? Bungatabona ko aschaba babulela kuli bana abaluka nelikulira kapakulotsa myoko bafite mu butata uchwani basuna kuitisa wena wako nikulila wena muna kulila it's not possible. Njiu shushize kapa wana kulikuna ni butata wo fita kuona wakansa bupilo wakakula hauti tise muna be strong, be a man. Like my friend always says, be a man. When you already know that you are a man, but you always say, be a man, be strong. So we're asking to say, should a man also cry? Should a man also show emotions when they're faced with life challenges? Maybe they've lost their loved ones, or maybe they've lost their employment. They're supposed to cry. They're just supposed to be strong and look out for the good of their family. kona puzo yerubuza yeo kuli society bulala kuli bana abaswanile kulila tatafale pira utatafale bumane abaswanile kulila butie bumane basonaka kuseha basonaka kuitisa kana toe ki ya bupabana kapa yaba zieza kapa chwani mina mulingi kana bana basonaka kulila nibona habafita mwa abutata kapa chwani mufitsa maikutu amina kakuliza za fa nomboro ya 0773738114, and later on in the program we are going to have a guest who is going just to shed more light, just give an expert analysis regarding our topic of discussion. So look out for that segment. We're going to have a guest on set, so will be very soon. Our guest will be arriving. So just look out for that segment. So the question again is: society says men shouldn't cry or show emotion when faced with life challenges. Does this do more harm than good? So you can come through by simply calling 0773-738114. Okay, so aluzo la pili kili kama nze mzaluna nzale alu ya ma current affairs zali wala kama kalero koli ma politicians, they are still canvassing, or is it gallivanting or traversing the breadth and the length of this nation just to ask for votes from the citizenry. And we saw what happened even yesterday. Vo mwetereliba na hape hisaliwa na mwetereliba kopano ya United Party for National Development vo mtompe hakainde hichirema ni vona vainzi kwale kwa Eastern Province mi ne bapotezi bakasa ni Sinda iliona Sinda district mi haro nikuli kanti vo hakainde hichirema ne vazo ikambo talikamani ni sichaba sa Sinda mwa video yeta 10 na chwaro.
I want to also thank everybody who stand out from Sinda, Kapoche here to come and meet Bari here today.
Naimwe mose mwatoka kusinda kukapoche ubole kumana na Bari pano ule mwanu kufikireni.
I must tell you muone kabwino ngako.
Ni muone kabwino manja.
Zambia.
Basogoro.
Banzatu bakambaka letunkali tu. It's a very important day in Sinda here.
It's
a day we must make a decision. About ourselves and our future. The future of our children and grandchildren and their children. And that decision is to vote for the UPND on the 13th of August 2026. The many provinces of Zambia have already agreed to do that. Tinayambira mulusaka vanavomera kale. Wetinaenda ku Northwestern vanavomera kale, Western vanavomera, Central vanavomera, Copper Belt inavomera, Mailo linalikula kutalikula kwa chama Mailo vanavomera, Kuchasefu vanavomera, Undazi vanavomera, Kulumezi vanavomera. Lelo nayambira kusinda omera kula kusinda kunyimba, sorry kunyimba bavomera, kupeta bavomera, kulusangazi bavomera, kunyimba kuno kusinda kuno mukuti bwa bavomera naimwe one manja bamene bazapotera UPND. Sinda oye! Sinda oye! Sinda yonse oye! Umumama kuno oye! In making that decision, we must reflect where we were before the 2021 elections.
Ukupendi bwera kumbuye mu 2021.
How we lived under the government that was there before us.
Akutimenetina kalira boma linaliko kumbuye kwatuku.
How we suffered under that government.
Menetina kutikira mboma loipa la kumbuyo.
And how we are living today under
UPND. Kalira lero.
How we want to live tomorrow and the years after.
Mwamene sote funo kalira lero. Mbawa mpaka zaka za kusogoro.
Kuja kwa mena tunachoka ndipo tunali kumenyewa. Ngati ndiwo UPND wavala uniform ya UPND t-shirt ochitenge waenda kulusaka intercity wachoka mubasi wamenyewa kuja kumenyewa kuyipa. Tunachoka kunkondo kuja. Tabwera ku UPND tiziendera mwamene tifunila. Kuli mutendere, kuli pendewo. Mufuna bwerera kundewo?
Ati mfuna bwerera kundewo?
Tuone manja wamene bwerera kundewo? Mufuna mutendere? Mufuna mutendere upitilize? Tuone manja wafuna mutendere upitilize.
Mufuna mutendere tuone manja tuone.
Zambia. Ngati mutendere utupitilize pa 13 August next month, vote for UPND councillors kwenyu. Council chairperson kwenyu. MPs kwenyu. Sort sana. President kwenyu. Sort sana. Sinda oye. Oye. Sort sana Basinda tuone. Sort sana. Osa bwerera kuja bana banali kunkala osa punzira because makolo banali ibendalama. Tabera mu UPND taleta policy of free education. 2.5 million children bali kwenda ku maskulu kupanda kulipira. Bana bali 2.5 benangu ni bakuno kusinda. Sichocho? Sibapunzira bana kuno? Sibapunzira mahala? Sichabwino icho? Osa bwerera kuja kuichipute kuja kuichipite kuja. Osa bwerera ni kuipa kuja. Zambia.
Kama nitishangwe bariki bo mweteleli bana bona happy kana kweswana kibo mweteleli ba kopano ya United Party for National Development handi bainzikwani kwa Eastern Province mabani ili mwa script sa sinda anasema mwikutwezi zabakonde kubulela sichabasa sinda kimwa ali turabona baso ikuzura pili kuweza kukopana ni sichaba yoneweza kuli community engagements miyaki bona fera kono ni balikopano zengwe basweli bapotro hamona hakaferali kuitekisa ni kuzivisa pa kuisa milelo yabona bana ni azoro pili babata kweza chabasa sana ha Zambia mwaliketsa zana mwingerere myemuske mole barakoli la 13 August liketsa liteni za na mwingerere for kukavotelwa president ma membala baba yemeri bandu ya milao mane ni bayemeri mwa milonganyana kubyacholo ni council chairpersons ni ma mayors ni manecholo ni kona president ma MPs ma council chairpersons ma mayors ni ma councillors kona baka votelwa la 13 August mi makampeni azora pili mikizenga tazoro milwarezi kwa mana ni wipa pato wasichaba kono musibike muri bara ngambolo yalo nakachano koli lwambolo afa koliso sichaba bambo babulelanga kuli babulera koli kubule hangata kubulera koli bana habasonele kulira abafita mabutata abasonele kulira basonala kuitisa kakuba muna kana tabaye yaswanira ku bacholo kapa yezabu kana kona mukuswanira ku verano cholo kuli bana basike balira kapa nibona kibatu bakona kulira ngembalira langa basali kuli nto kakainyani kakachwani musali unani kulira nje kushwire mutu kweze sikamani musali unani kuonesa maikutwa hae either kakulira kapa mwanzira life kamba ifi kono muna na ukafera kulira kuli kuzofera kwa bwana na wahaye muchaha ahura bulakuli wena awusonye kulira wena omuna wena awusona kuitisa niko narobuza kulikana tabaye kapa mbulero ubupabana kubabana batire kapa waba totobeza kuba bisabana bafokora kapa chwani mima bani narukonele ku potro hamwa Mungu kuinga maikuto aschaba kwa mana ngambolo ye mi halobona nikuli kanti schaba abapira mwa mbuywana ili mwa skriti sa Mungu neba Bulezi kama kwa mana ngambolo ye shangwe
muna ako nikulira akensa kweza kuti musali alira muna alira musali akumunena ukalira so chwale musali ukona kutira kumani ukatira kwena muna chwawe na muna haulira musali ukayemera hakuna farafa kona kuyemera so unaba na usona kutia fa basali ne baswanira kweza nebe awo wafastandiso so nakumfasisi iteni wabelikisa chwawe na muna haulira musali na uzamaira kai.
I think on the issue I've asked me about, I feel like it's even biblically, the Bible itself says a man was strive to find something to eat or to provide for the family. So I feel that has been instilled in the mind of the people to say men, they are emotionally strong, and for them it's normal, and they believe that a man shouldn't cry, no matter what the hardships he's going through. For them, they take it to be normal. I think those are my opinions. I feel it depends, but I feel as for a man, crying on the funeral is rare. Because why am I saying it's rare? Because as a man, we need to think of what will happen after the funeral. Because our nature as men, we are created in such a way that we try to think ahead of what is to come. So I feel crying on the funeral doesn't help, but instead we should think of what will happen after the funeral. So that's why people they feel like a man should not cry, but should be there as a support.
Ipuzo embuzo ya kulimuna aswaneli kulila kona mwambo kapa kona tava eliteni kwa batu kaofera bungata bindu lumela kuitava yeo aba yambola cholo kali bakala kuli sapili mungaopelo mulimo na bupile muna atobupa muna kasamula kubona kuli muna asone kwina no satompera musali ili ntoyebo santifo kusoyo kuli musali uzusuzwe kumuna chele nilumela kuli tabanze itaha ya kuli muna asone kulira kali bakala kuli muna habanji kuli walira kapa muna kale swafali lama muna kafera kizibo ana sasona kweza cho yasona kuseza kisikamani kanti muna kena toa yando kanti muna kiena yana kale ko bupewa pili musali wizi mapabelo ni matayi ni bana baika ofera chele toroko yeo kapa yona mubulero wo kimbulero wakutisa muna kuboza ndifo kusokuli the only hope and only solution kimuna fera chele muna abanjikuli kwa pala hakuna ze kona kweza la kuyenena ubona kuli muliro haye kwa labana ngafasi kumani ko kwahela ngapa kumani kumata nibe kuli wamata mwandi kunda kutasi kafande muona wena ukashira tene musali kapumani wa ikwalela mwandu chesi kale sikabula maba seto mbulani yena chele kitoroko yemu ya nchafa kapa Yesu alamuna ya yefa muna mata ya kulichola kone kuba mutu ya kona kupuplasa kweza chele nume ya kuli kona taba yanze iliteni la kuli muna aswanile kulila kubutuku eni akuna mutu asalili kono mutu halile muna alileka sina kuba muna kuli ahupule fukuso kuli anikalile hapa nikashota hapa nikatongelela tosako for example kunatsi kamwa hapa muna ina ubona kunena mwabila mana nzibize kaza nikada ena batengi solution kakuba mungando chile mwambo munde ofasu kuna bana kwa utakuna nima we've got so many challenges in our homes, but we have to stand firm, to stand kakuyemelangi lubasuluna. No matter how challenges we have, no matter how difficult we pass through, kosa nako watu abayema ni kuyemelangi niti ni kupata solution for problem ka futata lona nibona mukabako likalikaba hande mwandika kusali bashembaka kwa mai kutoa kayo itumezao.
Kiwitumero aleki mai kutoa sichava sespila mwa mbuywana eli mwa skriti samongu nibona niwafitsa mai kutoa bona zebana hana kwa kwamana ni mubulelo kuli bana abaswanile kulila niko bakafita mwa butata bufikamba ofichale minabo mulingi fa ngambolo yarona mwikutozima ikutu abo abo Elda Shita hagai kabali nibona bakona ofisa maikutu abona mane ni baba muchwale nimi nalo batakuli amu kona kuliza za 0773 738114 0773 738114 idikuli lukone kutwa zomunahana minafanga mbolo ekana abana baswanira kulila abafita mwa matata kapa basorafla kuitisa. I like the way Paul put it soneko iswala falilama muna iswala falilama famaswabi jere okana na komani kimaikutwa po koni mina moko nofitsa maikutwa mina fanga mbolo. We want to really hear from you. What do you think society has tend to say men shouldn't cry or show emotion when faced with life challenges? Does this do more harm than good? That's the question that we're asking this morning on Busile Good Morning Breakfast Show, and you can come through on the number 0773 738114. That's the number that you can reach us on, or either you can still send a text message or simply leave your comment in the comment section on our Facebook page, that is Bulozi TV. And for those of you that are watching us via our social media platform, thank you so very much to one Luinda Kawana watching from Katete. It's good to know that Katete is also watching. Thank you so very much also to Mtinta Kashumba, who is watching from Mulambwa area, and also thank you so very much to Katundu Nyambe all the way from Kawe, and every other person who is watching, either you're watching on through watching us on through on channel 120 on TopStar, or you're watching us through our social media handles, that is Bulozi TV on Facebook and Bulozi TV on YouTube. We continue, and like I promised that we're going to have a guest, so look out for our guest. Is an expert in this with regards to mental issues, so she will be joining us very shortly. So as we progress back to current affairs, okay, so NRPUP presidential candidate Brian Mundubile has pledged to improve the quality of free education and expand access to clean and safe water if elected into office on the 13th of August 2026. So let's hear exactly what Brian Mundubile said when he was campaigning.
Area China free education. Yes. Free education to leko kanyaprai. Lelo free education yesu ikakusana kupanono. Atulefaya free education ya mungulu hiyo. Atulefaya free education ya mungulu. Iya kutawa na 150 mu class. Mangwa na 200 mu class. Iya hiyo. Atulefaya free education, but quality education. Abana nga bamusambirira bafune bayasambirira kepyasangwa mu class hiyo. So mu free education yesu maximum number yabana be school is 45 to 50 Neko kanya pomu motwambile kale uwa kukula maskulu bakutuna namba yabana be school ileje pabu class teacher alekwata chance ya kusambilisha no kwishiba abana alesambilisha nepole endela kusambirila.
Alright, balikibo Brian Mundubile ili baba iterezi kopano ya National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity NRPUP aneba ambola sataba ya tuto ya mahala kulibona bakoto chincha kaberekero kapa kaezezo kapaka zama isezo ka tuto ya mahala kuona kuli kwa bani bafa manini ma uniform ni libuka niza nguchalo kutoweza improve mane hamo chalo kuza expand access ya kuli batu bakona kufumana mezi akenyire aleki kirisa episode baso likuzura pili kufa wana ma politicians kapa baipapati abanze batahamwali bakazamina kutokupa mavoti ali kwitingire kumina sichaba sana Zambia kukala kuba sefa ekona kuli yabo litaba zaniti kimangi akatareleza this episode zakuri. It's not just a matter of listening but it's also how you have to understand and also make sure that you analyze and ensure that the message is very, very, very accurate, and are they going to fulfill these promises or not. So make sure you really pay attention as these politicians come through in your area to sell themselves. We continue, and we also saw NRPUP Kawe Central aspiring candidate by the name of Patrick Chishala, who has alleged that Mulungushi Textiles was not opened. It wasn't opened at all. You remember that recently, just about a few months ago, President Hakainde Hichilema opened Mulungushi Textiles in Kabwe. But here is the aspiring candidate for NRPUP for Kabwe Central, Patrick Chishala, who refutes those claims. He says it was not opened. The only thing he says that the only things which are there are machines which are doing the work which are supposed to be done by human beings. So let's just listen to what Mr. Patrick Chishala said when he appeared on one of the radio stations in Kabwe.
Tafiachitika iyo Mulungushi Textiles tukeso bakola ushe textiles variso nga varisula textiles ukwisula chintu bantu ukubomba nga mwaya pale muye mupende mwe balapita po mwalasango tuma koni na ngutuma beacons tutatu 1 2 3 utu wakashikana mponi orange area an indication that you can't go beyond that, and they will give you excuses to say no, this time kwa is a technology so pali ngilyo kubomba abantu pali fi machine but into mwalera ndati mwala isola mwalera ndati the first phase kukengira abantu 300 ngakwaingira abantu 300 kukengira abantu 600 mpaka kwane 3000, and you said that within 6 months who have 3000 people. Our records are there. Bambe mwale chita interview abantu muno. Sometimes mule pusha 6 months na ipita pepo mwaiswira Mulungushi. Where are the 3000 people? The vendors you said nga mwaisula baka ya bomba, and there will be no vendors in town. If that has not happened, and when myself I come here as a politician to remind you to say mwali tubepo ati chalata oreranda wilu. Nami mona mulefu ande randa kwa tifila na randa when I was mayor. Mubepere wo. I will not do that. I'm a politician and I will speak like a politician. So if you want to meet me per ground, meet me. Tukumane per ground. Tumone fiala. Myself, my job is to tell the people the truth and the way it is.
Kibitumelo mi lwazo la pili mwatu so yarona ya Busile good morning breakfast show mi shangwe musikimale balanga mbolere kambota kayo na mwalezo la channel uza pozo ya kuli society ulera kuli bana abaswanili kulira ni abafitamwa utata ufika mba ufasonga kala kuitilisa milo la kulikana tabaye ki mubulero ki omunde kapa chwan kana kini tuli kulibana abaswaneli kulira kapajana. Society says a man shouldn't cry or show emotion when faced with life challenges. Is Does this do more harm than good? You can come through by simply calling us on the number 0773738114. Just leave your comment in the comment section on Facebook. That is Bulozi TV. Like I earlier promised that we're going to have a guest on set, and we right about now we have our guest. So allow me to introduce to you this morning, Madam Mwape. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. And how are you? And thank you for having me on today's show.
Thank you so very much. So quickly, we are discussing a very interesting topic. Society says men shouldn't cry or show emotion when faced with life challenges. That this do more than harm. Maybe before you answer that question, maybe to some of our viewers who may just be seeing you for the very first time, just quickly a quick introduction of yourself.
Okay, so my name is Mwape Kaonga. I work at Lewanika General Hospital. I am a registered mental health nurse. So I have a specialty in mental health nursing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so very much. So dear viewers, that's our guest for this morning, Madam Mwape Kaonga, who is a mental health registered nurse, right?
Yes.
Okay, so back to the topic of discussion. Society says men shouldn't cry or show emotion when faced with life challenges. Does this do more harm than good? So maybe we start from there. Why do men's societies teach boys and men that showing emotion is a sign of weakness? And how does this belief affect them as they become adults?
Yes, thank you so much, Akfuna, for that very good question. Yes, it all takes, this belief takes its origin from the perspective that men are protectors, problem solvers, that men are supposed to defend women. So when they express their emotions, they are viewed that like they are weak and they are failing the family. So it all takes its origin from that perspective to say a man is a protector, a man should be a defender, a man should be a problem solver. But in the actual sense, especially in the long run, it does more harm than good. Because what will happen is that man, that boy will start bottling up emotions because those emotions are not being expressed. So as a result, they'll reach a point where the body, the mind cannot contain it. And it is expressed in other forms that we will later on discuss.
Okay, so what are the psychological consequences of suppressing emotions, particularly for boys as they are growing up? What does this have on their mental well-being, and also on the relationships that they're going to have in their life, and also their overall well-being?
So suppressing their emotions, when men and boys suppress their emotions, it is very detrimental to their mental health, their relationship, and their overall well-being. So I'll start by highlighting how it is detrimental to their mental health. So like I earlier mentioned, you will find that when these emotions are not being expressed, they will bottle up inside and they will continue to level up to a point where the body will look for the way out. Because whether you are not expressing these emotions, the body can feel it and it's looking for a way out. So you find that some of the men, depression will set in, anxiety will set in. So this is how it affects their mental health. And when it comes to relationship, you find that men, because they just bottle up these emotions and they don't express them, they'll end up exploding one day. Those bottled up emotions will reach a level where the man now just explodes in anger, in aggression or rage. Others will just tend to shut down, where they completely shut down, thinking that they need more time to attend to those emotions that have bottled up. So they distance themselves from the family, from the spouse, from the children, in order to attend to those emotions. What does it do in the long run? It affects the way they relate, their relationship. It damages their relationships. So that's how it affects relationship. And again, on physical health, you'll find that as you continue to bottle up these emotions, others may end up with hypertension, poor sleep, you fail to sleep. You end up with a medical condition, hypertension. So all those are end results of bottled up emotions because of this belief that tells men to suppress their emotions.
Thank you so very much. Now, how can family members, schools, and also maybe our communities encourage boys and men to express their emotions in health ways without being ashamed? As you earlier said, that men feel ashamed to express their emotions. But how can communities encourage these young boys and also men to express their emotions without being ashamed?
So the best way is to stop judging the men. Expressing your emotions is not a sign of weakness. Actually, I would say it's a sign of strength because you need help. Yes, reaching out is not a sign of weakness. Actually, it's a sign of strength. So it will start by even us women getting involved and not teasing or mocking the men or the young boys when they express their emotions. And for the men themselves, it's a gradual process. It starts by acknowledging that I have these feelings and I cannot help myself. I need help. So it will start by you just acknowledging that I feel disappointed, I feel stressed, I feel hurt, and I need help. I can't deal with this all by myself. Then we'll start from there, acknowledging, seeking for help. If it is extremely bad to a point where somebody is distressed, there is need even to reach out to a professional, like a medical professional, a psychiatrist, yes, and receive help rather than struggling in silence. Silence is doing more harm to your mental health than speaking up. Speaking up helps because the body looks for a way to vent out, to release those emotions. Yes.
Some will argue that, like you earlier mentioned, to say men, they are protectors, they are providers. Someone was saying that actually, when we went around yesterday, finding out from the community members, someone was saying that because, for example, during a funeral, that a man can't cry on a funeral because what time are they going to think? Because men are wired in such a way that they have to think ahead. What they have to plan ahead. So if during a funeral, for example, a man is also crying uncontrollably, then it means there will be total chaos. So just because a man should think and plan for the family, he shouldn't show emotions?
Showing emotions isn't losing control over your emotions. It's actually regulating them. So you don't go about groaning, weeping, sobbing in the manner where you lose control. But you can find a trusted friend person. If you are married and you have lost your mother, a loved one, there is no harm in going to your wife and saying, I feel hurt, I'm really sad. And cry out. Let your wife be a leaning on shoulder. And we as women, we need to give these men a listening ear. They pour out their heart like that. So that's what we mean. We do not mean losing control over your emotions, but we mean regulating your emotions in an appropriate manner.
Now, is there any connection between emotional suppression in men and issues such as depression, anxiety, substance abuse, to some extent also anger and or suicide? And if so, how significant is this link, if there's any connection?
Yes, there is very much a strong connection because you find that when these emotions are not being expressed, rather they are being suppressed, they'll continue to bottle up and level up to an extent where the body, the mind cannot contain it. So others will end up with depression, anxiety. Then others will resort to use substance abuse or alcohol as a means of coping with those bottled up emotions. Others will just end up exploding. Those are the people that you will see exhibiting that anger and rage. Then others, because they feel they are doomed, they're in this cage and there's no way out, they'll resort to ending their lives. So this is how it is connected to suicide, substance abuse, depression, and anxiety.
So any practical ways or maybe any practical advice that would give to the men out there in terms of how they should cope up with the emotions and how they should show their emotions?
It should start by themselves not judging. Like we teach the young boys, the men should not judge. They have adopted this belief system where they also mock themselves, they also judge themselves. So the first step will be stop judging yourself. It's normal to feel sad. It's normal to feel disappointed. When a boy fails to score in a game, it's normal to feel disappointed. So what they need is to acknowledge those feelings, admit that I feel disappointed, and look for the appropriate manner of dealing with those feelings rather than suppressing them. If there's somebody they can talk to, please talk to somebody. If you can't, reach out. Reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness as a man or a boy. So that's what I can say. That's my simple advice to men and boys.
Maybe also your advice to parents as they are bringing up these little boys in their homes, because it starts from the homes where parents was no, you are a boy, you are strong, you can't cry. So how should parents also handle these little boys as they are growing up?
Actually, they say charity begins at home. So that's a very good question.
Yes.
So families need to get involved as well. As we are raising these young boys, we need to help them realize that expressing your emotions is not a weakness, and we should help them name it. You'll find that most of you men don't even know what to call it. You just say, I'm feeling bad, and yet you are disappointed or you are stressed about work. So we should teach them how to name their feelings. I'm disappointed, I'm stressed, I am sad, like that. And once they acknowledge how they are feeling, then it's easier to even reach out, tell somebody they trust. If it's a young boy, they can run to their mom and express themselves to say, no, I feel sad. Then they'll be helped like that. So it should start from families. Then the communities as well should create a safe space for these men and boys to speak out. Public figures also should honestly speak out about these issues so that they encourage the general public. So I think if all of us can collaborate and get involved, we can sort out this issue.
Madam Mwape Kaonga, thank you so very much for making an appearance on Busile Good Morning Breakfast Show. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Well, dear viewers, I was talking to Madam Mwape Kaonga, who is a mental health registered nurse all the way from Lewanika General Hospital, just shedding more light on our topic of discussion, which looks at a society which has termed that men shouldn't cry or show emotions when faced with life challenges, and she has really given us a lot of information. So parents out there, make sure that you teach the young boys as they are growing up to say it is okay for a man to cry. It is okay. It is normal. They shouldn't just die inside, because if they build up those emotions, one day they'll just explode, and we don't want our boys to when they become men to have anger issues just because they have failed to show those emotions. So right about now we just go straight to our next story. In current affairs, New Focus Party presidential candidate Dr. Richo Siamunene and his running mate Nicholas Banda have declared they will never join the UPND alliance or the Tonse alliance, saying it shows lack of integrity for politicians to endorse candidates they were criticizing recently. Let's just listen to what Dr. Richo Siamunene had to say.
I will not come to you. Let me die with principles. I'm not like others who are saying, like Chishimbagamuri goes to say, Mundubile is a what? He was getting, is a thief. Then tomorrow again, he goes there to associate with the same person. But you are the one who told us that this man is not clean. And all of us, we have not joined because we think that he's not clean. But tomorrow again, you go there. We are not like those politicians ourselves. We have dignity to protect. We have integrity to protect. We are not joining UPND, we are not joining Tonse if these things are not clear. These leaders must be clear, and when they are clear, then we know that we are joining a group that is going to save the Zambian people. If you want, come and arrest me. I'm prepared to die for the cause. I'm prepared to die for our vision, because we have a vision, and this is the only vision that can save this country. Read our manifesto, come to us. We are calling all meaning Zambians to join hands. We have won it this time. If we lose this time as a country, go back, then you have yourself to blame. Don't cry to remove those leaders again, because you cried for the removal of President Moon and you replaced him with President Hakai, and then today you are again and again crying. Yet you are the one, because you don't do due diligence. The voters, you are the one who is at fault. It's not Hakai, it's not these leaders. You, because you don't do your due diligence. You want to be cheated. Everywhere, wherever I got money, this impia that they give you, they have sold your country. You wake up one day and say, no, the whole country is sold. That's when you realize.
Okay, bariki Dr. Richwell Ziamunen, New Focus Party President, aneva mbola kuli abona banakuya mwa alliance abakono kukena mwa alliance ya UPND kapa mane kuya Tonse alliance kakoli kweza cholo kubonsa kuli abana hande mayemosaka tayo mutino munyaza mabana hata kashenu apewa mjoina akuna kuba akona hali cholo. Mialo Zorapili, organizer People's Party President Dr. Brian Mushimba says the 2026 general elections are not serious. My elections are 2026 ayosi akuna wona likula is serious kapachwani. Alo woneni zeniba bulezibo Dr. Brian Mushimba rather. Dr. Brian Mushimba.
This has been a very, thank you for having us on this interview. This has been a very strange campaign year. For many reasons, it seems that we're not even in a general election stretch. The energy and the noise that characterized previous elections, somehow and strangely, we're not feeling that, we're not seeing that. For one reason or the other, one would even mistake that we're not having general elections, where we're electing our president and members of parliament and mayors and council chairpersons and councillors. So from that perspective, it's been a very strange election, but we are participating.
Balikibo Dr. Brian Mushimba babaitereza kwa pano ya Organized People's Party abulera koli kuna kuliketsaza ono mwaha alina energy ine inzimu aliketsaza kwa mlahonge. For example, mwa 2021 mwa 2016 there was too much energy, there was a lot of noise kono fa kubona fa kuli kuzize tu kuliko fita kafera kuona hali kuli there are no signs ya kuli kuna niliketsa mwana Zambia. Mai mwenda kuna ni by election kwa wonsanga sisupu kono fakuti kona hakuli kuzize miora kuli are you serious? There is no much seriousness. Ade kima ikuto abo Dr. Brian Mushimba ili babaiterezi kopano ya Organized People's Party nibona ba za participate mwaliketsa za unomwa mi musirike mwali bala topic yaruna kapana ngambolo yaruna lutali mafa society ibulera kuli bana abaswanile kulira niko bakafita mwa matata afikamba afasona kuitisa kona mubulero oli tena ukafera mwana nanze aula mchaha wena oswanile kulira wena osuna muna alili itise fera mi lubuza kulikana ntoye ya tusa bana kapa yabasinya mubulero wabasinya kapa wabatusa mi mufitsa maikoto amina 50773 0773-738114 0773-738114 kiona nomboro fomfitsa maikuto amina kapamane kulumela kangosa lukai tabela holu kutwa kwa muhela lwaile lwamina kapamane kufitsa maikuto fa linga mboloze ambozo ikizengata zosarutalimile fateni mi aluzo lapili hape Rutalima on a good news. This is good news. Okay, this one is good news. This has got nothing to do with campaigns, but this is just good news. Good news is that the Civil Service Commission has announced that there will be the Minister of Health will advertise for the recruitment of 2,600 health workers next week, Tuesday. So this was announced by the Civil Service Commission chairperson, Dr. Jolwe Bacholwe Beyani, who is the chairperson for the Civil Service Commission. Yesterday, he made this announcement saying, Minister of Health, that's government through the Minister of Health, will recruit 2,600 health workers in this year, during this year. So the advertisement will be published in the government tabloids beginning next week, Tuesday. So let's listen to what Dr. Jolwe Beyani had to say. Keresofa ZMBC.
Commission announces to the general public, through you, the media, that in conjunction with the Minister of Health, the Civil Service Commission will publish nationwide recruitment advertisement in the Daily Mail and the Times of Zambia on Tuesday, 14th July 2026. The advertisement will be repeated on Thursday, 16th July to ensure wider public access to the information. The purpose of this advertisement is to invite suitably qualified Zambians to submit applications for various positions in different health sector cadres and indicate clearly their preferred district to which they wish to be appointed. All applicants will be required to submit the application documents through the post office within the stipulated period, as will be advised in the advert. The advert is expected to run for a period of 3 weeks thereafter. Applicants will be given an opportunity to verify their details from the 1st to 11th of September 2026 at the district health office to which they applied.
Okay, so congratulations in advance to all the 2,600 who will be the lucky ones, or the blessed ones who will find their names on that list once the advertisement is out. So wish you the best, ba healthy, baba izimali lukola makete mu zibisepsa kuli 2,600 baba balilukola makete babeleki balilukola makete bakake nywa misebezi mi bikete hala ubeli kukazwa advert ilimo ma details kafela kafiwa mumuswanira kwezeza. So we just good luck to our friends, our brothers and sisters who will be participating in this recruitment. Looking at time is really running, but let's just listen to what Chishimba Kambwidi, is it Dr. Chishimba Kambwidi, Ron constituency aspiring a member of parliament under the Citizens First, who says that the reason President Hakainde Hichilema has failed to deliver is because he has no political experience. So he made these remarks during one of the campaign rallies. So let's just listen to Dr. Chishimba Kambwidi.
Makebe ali ni MP kumalambo aisa aba provincial minister bamundu vile bali nwa MP kumpolokoso baisa aba provincial minister baisa aba sumbula baba leader of the opposition bali kwata political experience. Umunenso echwashiliro kuteke chalo ikale nkwa imwe ntungulushi protoko yakana Umunenso ekyofirira okuteeka taliko ni kansela, taliko ni MP, taliko ni minisita. Omwine ayishibe fye ukulokola fino kunuma iletenja n'emikira firenga. Kone nweba mwinani omufweni mukulekelesha ngesondweleza ekibere mbakitila tagwabo omuntu ulisha engoma n'okushyanalesha. Tagwabo omuntu ulisha engoma n'okushana omwine ulesha. Ingoma itila fye nangumwaya kumatebeto nangumwaya kuwinga nga yalina bwino tapaba nabeba abantu akyemushane abeni abantu ebemba bayamba n'okutanza efi abana okuteeka ekyalo tetiwe n'oleranda naliteeka bwino abantu ebafiire okumona ushe waliteeka bwino nangwiyo ushe akayinde aliteeka bwino akayinde kuya bebebe.
Okay, quickly we jump to sports, and we saw what happened last evening or last night in the knockout stages, where we in the quarterfinals, where we saw Spain eliminating Belgium by 2-1. So Belgium is out of the tournament, is out. They've been kicked out by Spain. The Spain scored 2 goals. Belgium won. So what a beautiful game it was. So congratulations to Team Spain, and good luck next time to Belgium. So tonight it will be Norway up against England. Norway up against England. So for the soccer lovers, so look out for that game tonight. Knockout, you lose, you snooze, you lose. You snooze, you lose. That's the rule of the game. You snooze, you lose. So Norway up against England tonight, as knockout continues in the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup 2026, which is taking place in the United States of America, as well as Canada and Mexico. Time is not best ally, but before we end, let's just just jump to social trends. Let's just see something interesting. There's a new dance that seems to be trending now with these politicians. Let's just see this, and then we on the other side will wrap it up.
Kinako lwachichafa kunakuwapa lunalwa kalava yekinako ya kuchicha
So when you make an alliance, it is a question of your failure. You know you cannot to fight that person. That's why you go to another person to make an alliance. So that maybe 2 of you can now make it. So now, that is, you know, in real truth is that a failure plus another failure, when they come together, they make a very big failure. That's the problem there, my dear friend. You know, you failed in mathematics, then you go to another failure in mathematics, then you make a joint together. Do you think you can manage? Unless you go to another person who knows that.
All right, that's just on a lighter moment. There's a politics chambe bareke wasevya chishimba niwona nawonsa bukola wona. All right, okay, this is where we have to call it a day. We have come to the end of Busile Good Morning Breakfast Show. Remember, we are back again next week, Monday, as we bring to you a fresh episode of Busile Good Morning Breakfast Show. Remember, our topic of discussion was society says men shouldn't cry or show emotions when faced with life challenges. Does this do more harm than good? That was a question of discussion. You can still continue discussing that with your loved ones, but make sure you teach the young boys also that it is normal to cry when it matters most. Please let them just show those emotions. So on behalf of the transmission controller, Mr. Ash Bell, Zibulwa Kavi, this has been Nathan Akfuna Wamundila. Thank you so very much for making a date to be with us on today's breakfast show. We're back again next week, like I said. So have a beautiful weekend. I'm out of this place. Bye-bye.